Hello everyone, welcome to your February 2026 monthly forecast, and happy Valentine's Day to everyone. So, I haven't done these for a while. I'm hoping that you guys, share this video, like, share, comment, subscribe, especially if you're new. I need to get my videos more in circulation. There, I just wasn't getting enough views, so it really wasn't worth me doing them. I will always still do the shorts, but we'll see how the monthlies go. Okay, but anyway, so the month actually starts off with a full moon in Leo. Okay, on the 1st. Then on the 3rd, Uranus turns direct. It's still in Taurus. Turns direct. It's finishing its transit in Taurus and moving into Gemini in April. I believe it's April 27th. Anyway, on the 6th, Mercury moves into Pisces. Up until that point, it is still in Aquarius. On the 10th, Venus moves into Pisces, and again, up until that point, it's still in Aquarius. On the 13th, Saturn leaves uh, Pisces for what is it, 28 years maybe? I forget the cycle. It spends about 2.5 to 3 years in each zodiac sign, so it takes a while to go completely around the zodiac. So it is leaving Pisces and moving into Aries on the 13th, okay? Then on the 17th, there's a new moon solar eclipse in Aquarius. On the 18th, the sun moves into Pisces, and then on the 26th, Mercury turns retrograde in Pisces, okay? And there is a link in the description box below. I just left it in there, okay, to a video that I did on Mercury retrograde. Okay, so it's a good idea to check that out. Also, again, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever you can do. I would greatly appreciate it, okay? And thank you so much for your donations, your inquiries, all of that. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And now for your forecast. Hi, Capricorn. Happy Valentine's Day. So you know what? We'll start with the full moon and the new moon, because the full moon is on the 1st in Leo, in your, let's see here, 8th house. Okay, where you have the sign of Leo, and there aren't any other planets in Leo right now, so I don't see this being too much of a big drama blowout, but it is happening in a money house. Okay, it's the shared money house. Even this is shared property, shared debt. It is also other people's money and resources, and also passive money, like money from an insurance payout or a legal settlement. I really don't see anything like that going on here, though, too much right now. But uh, if you share bank accounts or credit cards or even bills with someone, like if you have, if it's your spouse or you have a roommate or something, okay, this on the 1st is when you would speak up about them, something that is bothering you. That's what a full moon is for, is to get something off your chest so you don't have to deal with it again. Let people know that there's a problem here, that they're probably aware of it anyways, but you've just been putting up with it, okay? Could even be like a problem with your financial institution, your bank, a credit card company, something that you've had problems with that have not been resolved, okay, until on the 1st you really do something about it, okay? Because by the time the new moon solar eclipse, okay, in Aquarius in your 2nd house, which is also money house, but it's your earned income. It's earned income and possessions, but it's basically your main money house, okay? And a new moon brings a new beginning, and wherever it is, right? But there's also a solar eclipse on top of that, which zaps this new moon and extends its effects. Okay, the eclipse makes things last a little longer. No one really knows how long. It's few weeks, few months, maybe even just a few days. It depends on you actually. But eclipses sometimes eclipse people or things out of your life. So that could also be the case. It could be someone maybe you felt indebted to, or someone who was just like dead weight, when it came to finances. You could have been paying for something, whatever. It could be anything. It could be child support, or just your child, period. Whatever they're doing is quite expensive. Just going to school and sports and stuff like that, or even dance classes or something. It's all expensive raising a kid anymore. But it could also be a romance. I'm looking at the planet Uranus has been in Taurus for the past so many years, but it is moving into Gemini in April. Right now, it's still in Taurus, in your 5th house of romance and fun, gambling, speculation, entertainment, creativity, children, all kinds of fun stuff. It is the house of fun, and having the planet Uranus here did bring a lot of different kinds of entertainment, let's put it that way, to your life. You may have even dated or possibly married, someone that was completely different than what you were used to. They were very, very different, very unusual, whatever, but that whole thing, even your source of entertainment could have been like a financial drain even, okay? So it's something like that. But either way, the planet Pluto's in Aquarius in your 2nd house. It's going to be there for 20 years. So you will be altering however it is you earn a living. Even if you're retired, there's still something possibly coming in on the side there that you're going to want to do. Also, 2nd house is hidden talents. So a lot of these talents actually came to the surface when Pluto was in your sign, okay, for how many years? Then it just moved into Aquarius recently, so there's even more layers to you coming to the surface, okay? And Mars is here in Aquarius the whole month, okay? Well, the Sun is just here up until the 18th, because all of these planets actually kind of moved into Aquarius last month. Let's see, Mercury is only here up until the 6th, and Venus is only here up until the 10th. But Venus will still be attracting money, things like money and art, kind of Venus-related objects like art or jewelry, cologne, things like that. But money, okay? So you still have some really nice things going on here. Could even be like belated birthday gifts, It's only been like since last month, so you're still on the receiving end. You're still celebrating your birthday, okay? You should, right? Why not? Anyway, by the time this new moon comes along, whatever problem may be that you are having with money or bills, or a certain someone that just spent too much, okay, of your hard-earned cash, should be resolved, okay? Now the Sun moves into Pisces on the 18th, and Mercury moves here on the 6th, Venus on the 10th, and then on the 26th, Mercury turns retrograde in Pisces in your 3rd house, okay? So we have Pisces. This is like the house of your everyday life. It's your neighbors, your neighborhood. It's short distance travel, usually by car, road trip, It could be an overnight trip, day trip, or a weekender. This is also your neighbors, siblings, cousins, anyone that you would encounter throughout the normal course of your day. It's also all forms of communication, including regular postal mail and, yeah, just like local travel and stuff like that, okay? So anyways, Neptune had been here for years, okay? And last month it moved into Aries, into your fourth house. Now Saturn has been here for the past few years, and it is leaving on the 13th and moving into Aries. So you won't have any problems like with planets in your third house, which is basically like your neighborhood. You could have had a problem neighbor, you know, somebody that was just like a real pain in the ass, maybe not just for you, but for everyone. Or there was a business within your area that uh, didn't, I don't know, there was something up with them, or maybe a business left and you were forced to travel further. Um, you know, whatever. A lot of communication problems will clear up at this time. You probably kept your mouth shut when it came to quite a few things. You didn't want to say anything, but you know what? Too bad. Now that's gone. Let her rip. So, you know, just having Mercury here, though, you may have an increase in mail, regular postal mail even. A lot of conversations on the phone, text messages, things like that. You may even hear from siblings or cousins at this time. When Mercury turns retrograde, your mail may go somewhere else, like to a neighbor, or you're lost or something or other. If you are traveling, make sure you really pay attention to details as far as your reservations go, if you have something like that, or whatever route you're taking, or leave you know, room open for making changes, because when Mercury's retrograde and you're trying to travel in a travel house, things don't usually go that smoothly. Also, because this is the communication house in the Zodiac, especially when Mercury turns retrograde. Okay, first of all, while Mercury's here, you could start off by having a conversation with someone. Okay, then when Mercury turns retrograde, you could start replaying it in your mind. Okay, so it could be with anyone. But when Mercury is retrograde, make sure when you are talking to people that they clearly understand you. Okay, if you, especially if you're giving directions or taking directions and you're driving, maybe, or if you're giving instructions about something, make sure everyone completely understands what you're talking about. Even though they act like they do, they're just getting the gist of it. So really make sure people understand what you're saying and that you understand what people are saying to you, too. Okay? So let's see here. What else did I have? Well, that's about it, actually. Okay, the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Capricorn on the 12th, 13th, and 14th. The best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign, and your opposite sign is Cancer, and those dates are the 26th and 27th. The best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, gambling, or speculation, and anything to do with children are the 7th, 8th, 9th, 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. The best time for money is the 1st, 2nd, 15th, 16th, 17th, and 28th. The best time for your career is the 5th, 6th, and 7th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 3rd, 4th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. So happy Valentine's Day to you, and see ya.